Hi, my name's Julie Buck and I'm an extension educator in Bingham County, Idaho. And I'm here today to talk to you about why we should eat vegetables and what benefits they give us. Vegetables provide a wealth of vitamins and minerals, and they come to us naturally, low calorie, high fiber, and they're nutritious. They provide potassium, which is a mineral that helps with our heart, regulating our heartbeat, and also gives us an opportunity to move fluids throughout our body. We also have vitamin C in a lot of vegetables that provide us with the antioxidant benefits that we can get. We also can help reduce some chronic illnesses. We can also lower our blood pressure, which is healthy for many, many people. So let's talk about ways to increase vegetables in your daily intake. I'd like to talk to you today about roasting vegetables. They are delicious when they come out of the oven. Let's start with a butternut squash. These are available in our area in Idaho from September through the winter. They have a nice orange center. They have a column of seeds that are very easy to scoop out. You will want to peel this, but you can cook it, steam it, and then slip the skin off afterwards. It depends what your application is. Let's talk about the difference between a potato and a sweet potato. This is a sweet potato, and it is available usually only around Thanksgiving time in southeast Idaho. This is a regular russet potato. You can see that the shape is similar, the flavor is very different, and the color is very different. Russet potatoes are white. This sweet potato is a wonderful shade of orange, and it has some wonderful vitamin A in it for you. So I'd highly recommend that you look for these. They're different than a yam though. A yam is shaped more like a carrot and it has more of a red center. This has more of a deep orange center. And then of course when we roast vegetables, we want to use an onion. These onions are going to be cut into 1-inch wedges, and so they're there for flavor. If you don't want to eat them, you can just pull them out, but they add wonderful flavor. Another item we're going to add to our roasted vegetables is garlic, and I have garlic bulbs here today. They're very easy to press with a garlic press if you'd like to use them fresh. This recipe calls for 10 garlic bulbs, and a garlic bulb is just one section of this large garlic. So that's how you measure those out. If fresh garlic is not an option, then I'd recommend that you consider a bottled minced garlic. This is a really easy way to have garlic ready for you all the time. You can keep it in your refrigerator, and it just makes it easy to measure out a half or a teaspoon depending on your recipe. So let's get started in preparing these roasted vegetables. Let's talk about the ways to roast vegetables. We want to make sure that the roasted vegetables are low moisture vegetables. We're not going to want to use cucumbers or zucchini. We're going to want to use a lot of root vegetables. When we prepare our vegetables, consider roasting them individually. If you want to just have a pan of sweet potatoes, that's fine. Or if you want to arrange all of your cut sweet potatoes in lines and your potatoes next to that and your butternut squash next to it, it's very colorful. It allows people to choose what they'd like from that section of the pan. That's also a great idea. But think of vegetables that pair well together. In the spring and summer, we've been enjoying cauliflower and broccoli. Those pair really well together. Well, butternut squash pairs really well with potatoes, and you'll want to combine those on the same roasting pan. We want to go ahead and talk about how to prepare your vegetable before we cut it. This is a vegetable brush. I'd like you to make sure it's separate from your cleaning brush, and over a sink with some running water, just go ahead and scrub those root vegetables really well. Some of those you can decide to use the peel on, or you may want to peel them with a vegetable peeler to remove some of the blemishes. It's not necessary. As long as you're cleaning the root vegetable well, it works well to scrub it and include the peel if it's edible. Potato, today in our dish, I've left the potato peel on for fiber and for color variants, so that's a nice idea. But of course we couldn't leave the peel on the squash. We'd have to take that off. So we're going to go ahead and cut the vegetables into different sizes. And this just gives you some variety in your vegetable dish as You are serving it, it looks appealing to the eye, and we often get our appetite from what we see before we even smell or taste it. So I'd like to go ahead and show you these vegetables that I've already prepared. We're going to go ahead and get our baking sheet. We're going to either drizzle a little bit of oil on it. Today we're using olive oil, or if you'd like, you can use a vegetable spray. It's up to you, whatever you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of vegetable oil on this tray and just make sure it gets moved around well. And it just helps with making sure that these don't stick to the pan, and it also helps that I've already mixed oil with my vegetables before I put them on the pan. So don't worry too much about having it evenly distributed on your pan. Now, in this recipe, as you've noticed, I've already prepared and cut the different vegetables that I've shown you here. They're in different sizes. I've left the peel only on the potato, and it also has the garlic. It has two seasonings, two herb seasonings, rosemary and oregano, and then I've used salt and pepper as a seasoning for it. And talking about flavor, this recipe also has a half of a lemon juiced, and I really like to use fresh lemon for that. It adds that pop of citrus flavor to these roasted vegetables. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what you need to do. When you place the vegetables on the pan, you're going to want to spread them out because the heat is at 400 degrees in your oven, and that heat is going to circulate between the vegetables and allow them to get baked and roasted to a really nice texture. So spread them out. They can touch a little bit, but I have actually split the recipe into half so that I only have half on the pan right now, so that you can see about the right amount of spacing. Take a look at the color. Look at the different shapes. It's really smelling wonderful here. We've got the nice rosemary and oregano, salt and pepper, and I obviously am smelling the garlic. So this is going to be wonderful once we get it baked. One unique feature about roasting vegetables is called finishing the vegetables. So when they reach their maximum baking time at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes, you're going to take them out of the oven and let them rest for 10 minutes. You're going to drizzle a little bit of oil over the top of those vegetables and then just finish with a little sprinkle of salt. This allows for those vegetables to absorb those ingredients, and it just adds that little pop of flavor at the end. So this is the finished product, and you can see that we've got a nice toasting color from the oven. We've got a nice transparency to the onions, and it is just smelling wonderfully garlic with, I can smell the rosemary, the oregano, and it's just very colorful. Very nice winter roasted vegetable dish. I hope you'll enjoy this. Thank you so much.